$899,000 invested, $37,000 returned. A savings account pays more than that, with 0 washing machines. But somehow, this listing calls it passive income. Welcome to the Absentee Laundromat, Solano County, California. A coin laundromat with 93 machines and 3 full-time employees. Open 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week. The asking price, $490,000. The pitch is one word: absentee. The owner doesn't show up. The business runs anyway. The cash arrives. On paper, at least. Now let's open the books. Here's where the fantasy breaks. Look what nearly $1 million buys you. $899,564. That's what the seller put in. $37,728 a year. That's what comes out. 23 years to break even. 4.19% annual returns. A high-yield savings account pays more than that. A treasury bond pays more than that. And neither one needs a plumber at midnight. Less than a checking account in return for a 16-hour-a-day business. And now they want you to take over. Now look at the word the listing was built around. Absentee. The seller is absent. That's true. But the business isn't. 3 full-time employees. 16 hours of operation. 7 days a week, 112 hours of someone always being there. And that someone gets paid. An absentee business is still someone's job, usually yours. Absentee doesn't mean the work completely disappears. It means someone else absorbs it. Every hour, every leak, every complaint, every midnight problem. Revenue. Minus labor, rent, utilities, insurance, repairs, supplies. Now divide by the hours these doors stay open. Profit per open hour, $6.45. Last episode, we learned a rule. Rent should stay under 10% of revenue. This listing, rent, $87,000 a year. Revenue, $297,000. 28% of every revenue dollar. Almost 3 times the safe threshold. Before the doors open. Before a single cycle runs. 28 cents of every revenue dollar already belong to the landlord. Now let's read the listing real quick. Because the seller has done something most sellers don't. They told you the truth. Here's the quote. Seller pays employees wages around $100,000. If the new owner works there, then their net income will be much higher. 2 letters. That's all that holds this listing up. This $37,000 profit isn't what the business actually earns. It's what's left after paying 3 other people who run it. Replace those 3 people with yourself, your income jumps to $137,000. But then, you're not an investor anymore. You become an employee with a $490,000 entry fee. So let's see where every revenue dollar actually goes. 32 cents, labor, 28 cents, rent, 28 cents, utilities, supplies, insurance, repairs, and everything else, 12 cents to the owner. The employees earn more than the owner. The landlord earns more than the owner. The utility company earns more than the owner. And that check is only that big because the owner doesn't work there. 88 cents of every dollar already belong to someone else. Absentee ownership is the most expensive form of employment. You're paying for the right to not show up. This is the price of being absent. And then there's the rest. The lease expires in 2031. The rent climbs 3% every year, compounding. The listing also promises potential: pickup and delivery, wash and fold. The current owner had years to add those. He never did. But somehow you will. Financially qualified. For a laundromat earning $37,000 a year, and then the listing features 2 bathrooms on a $490,000 deal. When you can't sell the cash flow, you sell the plumbing. A nearly $900,000 investment returning less than a savings account. 16-hour days, 3 employees, 28% of revenue eaten comfortably by rent. The owner finishing last on the margin stack. And the seller's own listing admits the profit only exists because they don't work there. $490,000 for all of this. This is not passive income. This is not financial freedom. This is a job. When someone calls a business absentee, ask one question. Absentee for whom? Every passive business for sale is someone trying to escape a job. Buying it doesn't make it passive. It just makes you the next person paying for the escape. The businesses that actually run without owners don't get listed at half price. The ones that do are selling you what they couldn't outsource. Every week we find a new listing, check the numbers, and share with you. If you've got one, drop the link below, and if this one saved you from a bad deal or changed how you read the numbers, hit subscribe.